Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brad. In my hands is Constellations, the debut from author-artist Kate Glasheen. This is a hell of a debut. So this is an uncorrected proof. Unfortunately, I don't get the full experience of this. Part of it starts off in color and it switches to black and white. I kind of wish I could see this all in color. It is gorgeous of what I see. Like, even the black and white is amazing. And we'll get to the art in a little bit. So the story is set in 1980s Troy, New York, and it's about this person named Claire. Claire is transgender, doesn't know. Well, let's kind of not even use that term. Claire doesn't know if she is a boy or a girl, if they're a boy or a girl. Today we would think that Claire is transgender, but honestly there actually could be a lot of different things there. Claire could just be non-binary or whatever. So me saying transgender is not right. Like, Claire doesn't, it's never really stated what Claire is. So, that kind of leaves out. But Claire, is in this confusing part of their life, in a fairly non-tolerable, in an area that's not tolerated. For those who didn't grow up in the 80s, there was a very anti-LGBT bent, like, across the nation. We're talking AIDS epidemic is during this time, so there was a lot of hate, a lot of mistrust, pretty much anything LGBT at that time. The concept of non-binary, transgender, and any of that is just foreign, I think, to most people. It's just, so many decades ago, 40 years ago, roughly, and it's just such a very different time than it is now, of what we know, or, what is a part of the overall consciousness of people. So Claire is in a rough spot. So Claire is drinking because of this. Claire is in high school, I believe. I don't know if they really say her age, or their age. But we'll say high school-ish. And so Claire's gone to drinking, and Claire drinks to excess, and after an accident, winds up going to rehab, where they meet a whole bunch of other kids who are also having issues in rehab. And this is where a lot of the story takes place, is kind of going through rehab, and Claire coming to understand how to deal with alcoholism, deal with the pressures of society, deal with what's going around them, and I'd say kind of come out of their shell a little bit. All of them come out of their shell a little bit with each other and form this family unit within rehab. It's a really interesting tale. It's a kind of a tough thing to read, and it's beautifully done, really amazingly done, story wise, art wise, just everything is fantastic. I'm born cis, het. So that's something I can't really relate to. Never really had questions whether that I was a boy or a girl. Definitely drank for quite a while to excess quite often, and don't really drink anymore. I gave it up myself. So, the idea of going cold sober is something I can relate to. Not that I had a drinking problem. It wasn't something I was doing all the time. It was just when I drank, I was drinking to excess a lot of the times. So that was definitely something like, that part of it I could definitely relate to. Not that I had an issue, but, cutting it off, keeping yourself away from this, the pressures of that, being around people who want you to do these things, that's something that I think a lot of people can relate to. And there's a lot of people, friends that I know, that didn't necessarily have drinking problems, but, just cut it off at some point. It was just like, I'm done with this. I'm done with that part of my life. And I think they would find a lot of this relatable. The other thing is there's people that Claire loses to addiction, and unfortunately I know a few people who have passed away due to addiction, overdoses, what have you. So, that part's relatable to it as well. And I mean, it's a really touching tale. It's very grounded, realistic. I think what I like the most about it is it doesn't answer Claire's questions. The questions of Claire's gender is never really settled. And I kind of like that. And I like it for a lot of ways, and it's because it parallels Claire's sobriety. You are never not an addict. You are always an addict going forward. It's always something that you're working towards figuring out, working your way through life. And I think it's paralleled through Claire discovering her identity, her gender, is that she's still figuring that out towards the end. It's something she's struggling with. It's something that she's trying to put together. And this is the 80s. There was not clear, easy answers then. It's 84, I think, is the hint as to when this happens, when this takes place, around 84. So there weren't clear answers of that. Like, you know, it wasn't an easy thing for Claire to figure out. So, you know, the fact that it kind of, I feel like, ends on Claire's journey of sobriety, Claire's journey on gender identity, it's just something that's really nice. I like how it's not a clean, neat ending. It gets to that point where you're cheering Claire on, and I really, really like that. It's just, I think there's a reality to that. There's a difficulty to this that is portrayed that's really solid. That some people struggle for a very long time, and it takes some people a very long time to figure these things out. And in that way, I think it's solid. It's really, really solid. The art, as I said, is absolutely fantastic. It's this kind of watercolor and ink style, and you can see it. It's just really, really cool. Like, there's this neat layering to it. Like, I love the art. I'm really kind of tempted and to get, like, the full book, or, like, go check out the full book, just because I want to see all of it in color and see how it's done this way, because it's just, there's some stuff in the black and whites that's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous to look at, and I think would be really, really cool to check out in the full color, you know, completed, because the black and white is amazing unto itself. I think the one knock I've got against it at all is it's at times a little difficult to tell who's who, and that might be because of the black and white pages that I was reading, but the designs of the characters a lot of times are very similar, so there's not enough differentiation between them. I think that's maybe the one thing I dislike. I just wish there was a little bit more to really make each character an individual, but that's about it. But overall, it's an amazing graphic novel. It's absolutely fantastic, and for a debut, it's a hell of a debut. Kate Glasheen is someone to watch out for. Like, I can't wait to see what's next. If this is the start, like, this is someone who I would not be shocked if is looking at some award nominations next year, easy, or, you know, the next stuff that's released. It's just well done, really solid overall. A hell of a debut. You can go get this. This is out in comic shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code to tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage. By doing that, you'll support our site. So thank you for that. I want to thank Holiday House for hooking us up with this review copy. And, of course, thank you all for watching. If you're into comics, if you're into graphic novels, you can check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, all Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.